This is Ahmedabad. This is the place where Gandhiji led the freedom movement and also talked about taking everyone together in the path to progress. Ahmedabad has always had a proactive culture of serving the poor and providing them basic services. Over the years, the city has undertaken various programs that has improved life in slums, ranging from slum electrification scheme, bringing power to 2 lakh houses across more than 700 slums, the widely acclaimed slum networking project that provided a package of all the basic services to the doorstep of nearly 13,000 households across 60 slums, to implementation of various national and state-sponsored housing and sanitation schemes for the poor. This spirit of equity continues in today's modern Ahmedabad, and the city is consistently taking bold and affirmative steps to improve the quality of life for the citizens. Let's see how.
स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा कर लिया हमने देश से अपने ये वादा कर लिया हमने स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा कर लिया हमने देश से अपने ये वादा कर लिया हमने
स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा कर लिया.
Ahmedabad is the 7th largest city in India, with a population close to 70 lakhs today. It is a major industrial and commercial center in India. Until the late 80s, the city was known as the Manchester of the East. As the city experienced rapid growth and migration on a large scale, slums developed and grew. By 2001, more than 24% of the city population lived in poor to extremely poor conditions, with total or partial absence of basic infrastructure of water and sanitation. Over the years, the slum population has decreased due to improvements led by the local authorities. Today, Ahmedabad is also one of the first large cities in India to be declared entirely open defecation free in 2016 and has been trying to ensure safe sanitation for all, with focus on the poor. Ahmedabad's efforts at improving the living conditions of the poor in general and particularly sanitation have a long history. In the 80s, the city had rolled out an 80-20 scheme where the corporation contributed 80% of the cost of constructing individual household toilet, while the beneficiary gave 20%. During the 90s, the corporation bore 90% of the costs. These schemes reached around 17,000 households. The city also started to facilitate package of basic services to slums from 1996 with the slum networking program and the 500 NOC scheme. Even while the corporation gave more than 65,000 households individual toilets in the city under state's Nirmal Gujarat Shauchalaya scheme and Mahatma Gandhi Swachhata mission, as well as the Swachh Bharat mission, it has always believed that there was a need to provide a host of other basic infrastructure services to the poor in the city.
Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation approach is not only giving the toilet, but we are giving the entire package.
The first major step was in 1996 with the slum networking program that was designed to improve the entire living environment of the slums, whether on public or private lands, and integrate them into the mainstream of the city. Basic physical infrastructure was provided in this scheme, including individual water supply, underground sewerage, individual toilets, solid waste disposal services, storm water drains, internal roads and paving, street lighting, plantations. What is unique about this scheme is the partnership between AMC, slum dwellers and the NGOs for the successful implementation of this project. The total cost of providing all the services for every household came to Rs 15,800 and a stakeholder cost-sharing plan was conceived by the corporation.
2,000 रुपीज़ जो है वो पर फैमिली इस योजना के तहत देने थे. 2,000 रुपीज़ अगर प्राइवेट सेक्टर से आते हैं तो वो प्रोविज़न था. बाकी का जो पैसा था वो अहमदाबाद म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन देती थी.
In this participatory program, only those slums were selected where all the residents agreed to participate in the scheme with their contribution and where basic infrastructure condition was the poorest. What was surprising was that the residents were readily willing to give their contribution for the improvements. Apart from the physical improvement, the program also had a social aspect to it. The social development, that is the community development aspect, the role of NGOs, was more crucial. They helped in mobilizing the community to form mandals.
एनजीओ का जो काम था वो ये था इसमें कि वहाँ पे बहनों का मंडल बनाना, उनको कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग की ट्रेनिंग्स देना, और वो कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग की ट्रेनिंग्स इस तरह से थी कि एट द एंड ऑफ द मॉड्यूल, ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल जब ख़त्म होता था तो उनका लाइजनिंग कैपेसिटी जो है वो सरकार के साथ की दूसरी योजनाएं इम्प्लीमेंट करने में उनका लाइजनिंग लेवल जो है वो बढ़ता था.
Women representing communities were also trained as to how to resolve sanitation issues in the future by their own self.
Whom to go to when our water line is not functioning, or when our gutter line is choked up, or when the electrical poles are switched off. We got all such trainings.
The residents were also taught how to save, for which they were helped to open bank accounts. The mandals or the societies that were formed also opened a bank account for saving the maintenance money pooled in from all the households.
Lump sum money was an issue, so ladies here opened accounts in the bank. Slowly, with 50 rupees, 100 rupees, they gathered 2,100 rupees for the project contribution. Some people wanted only gutter line. It would cost 700. Some people had to get all the services, so they had to pay 2,100 rupees.
Since the residents had put in their own money, they were more involved throughout the implementation of the project. And they now maintain their assets better. Also, since they were given assurance that they won't be evicted for the next 10 years in case of public land.
What we saw is that because of slum networking, the aspirations of the people went up considerably. They were given an eviction of no guarantee of 10 years. You know, they started paying tax and they started feeling that they were citizens of this city. Yeah, they were not being alienated.
We got water, taps, road, street lights, gutter line, trees were planted. We got all of these facilities. Every day we used to go out to defecate. Sometimes we were able to go out for it only in the night. So we had a lot of difficulties that time. We got water connection to our houses. So ladies got more time to cook, take care of their children. They got more time to keep everything clean. And most of them got time to start their own businesses, and our incomes have risen. Earlier, it used to get quite filthy. Kids used to fall ill. Now all that is gone. And the price of the land has increased a lot.
The program saw huge success, and the city corporation was awarded at Dubai International Best Practice in 2006 and by UN Habitat in 2005 for its work in improving the living environment.
जो हम इस प्रोग्राम का ब्यूटी समझते थे कि 10 साल तक इनको नहीं हटाने का, जो नो एविक्शन सर्टिफिकेट कहीं पे भी रिटर्न नहीं, लेकिन जो ओरल मिलता था, वही इस योजना को कहीं ना कहीं स्लो करने में या बंद करने में कारणभूत रहा. क्योंकि जब दूसरी लैंड्स जहाँ पे आई, तो जहाँ पे अगर इस टाइप का सर्टिफिकेशन देने का आया तो ये योजना काम नहीं कर पाई. वहाँ पे कॉरपोरेशन की जो दूसरी योजना है 500 NOC, उसमें एस्टेट डिपार्टमेंट की ओर से अगर आपका घर 40 चौरस मीटर से कम है तो आप 500 रुपीज़ पे करके आपको एक नो ऑब्जेक्शन सर्टिफिकेट दिया जाता है, जिसके तहत आप वाटर और सीवेज लाइन लीगल ले सकते हो. ये भी लैंड टेन्योर से बेसिक एमिनिटीज़ को डीलिंग करने का एक बेस्ट उदाहरण है.
Along with on-site upgradation, the corporation also started implementing central and state government schemes for redevelopment of slums across the city. But the city continued affirmative with the approach of not dislocating the lives of the slum dwellers as far as possible.
We were fearing, where will we go if they demolish our houses? Our family is here, our businesses are here. And now all that fear is gone. The house is ours and we are not going to be displaced.
The slum redevelopment and rehabilitation policy in the state is centered around rehabilitating slums without displacing them. Private sector participation is attracted and incentivized for slum redevelopment, in a manner that is a win-win situation for all. Since the new houses are 3 to 4 storied apartments, ample public land is returnable to the corporation, which the corporation can either leave to the private developer as his profit or allow the developer to build that much elsewhere through what is called extra floor space area. The developer can either use this extra floor space area at any of his other construction projects or sell it to another developer and earn profit.
तो उनको रीलोकेट करने के लिए सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की हेल्प से हमने 20,000 यूनिट्स बनाए। अभी जो पहले रहते थे रिवर बैंक पे, जहाँ पे उनका सैनिटेशन का कोई इंतज़ाम नहीं था, क्योंकि ड्रेनेज लाइन होने का कोई चांस ही नहीं था वहाँ पे, वो इतने लो लेवल पे थे। अभी उनको हमने G+3 के यूनिट्स में शिफ्ट कर दिया और अभी वो लोग फ्लैट में रह रहे हैं। वो एग्जीक्यूट करने के बाद मीन टाइम में हमने और एक प्रोजेक्ट आया था जिसमें हमने करीबन 2,500 यूनिट बनाए हैं राजीव गांधी आवास योजना के अंतर्गत। उसमें भी हम अनटेनेबल स्लम जितने भी है और जहाँ पे ड्रेनेज की फैसिलिटीज़ नहीं है, जो नॉर्मल लेवल से अप है या एकदम डाउन है, उन लोगों को हम शिफ्ट करके वहाँ ले जाएंगे। अभी 2011 के बाद प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना और मुख्यमंत्री गृह योजना के अंतर्गत हमने EWS तकरीबन 18,000 बनाने का प्लान किया। उसमें से 5,000 हमने बना के अलॉट भी कर दिया है। और लोअर मिडिल इनकम ग्रुप की जो अभी स्लम में ही रह रहा है लेकिन थोड़ा अपग्रेड होने के बाद कुछ फ्लैट में जाने के लिए अपने इंतज़ाम हो सके, उनके लिए हमने 5,000 यूनिट बनाए।
Ahmedabad's vision is to be slum-free, where everyone, including the poor, has access to safe sanitation. And not only safe sanitation, but an overall improvement in the living environment.
All these years, our homes were here in the slums, but the land was not in our name. But with the government's rehabilitation scheme, we got homes on our name, and with that, we got good living environment, better facilities, better health. We saw the sample house today, it is very good. And I think our future now on is first class.
Over these years, the corporation has improved lives of more than 40,000 households with this redevelopment policy, and many more such slums will be taken up. Apart from this, the corporation also converted all the pay-and-use toilets located near slums to free for the slum dwellers and decided to bear the cost of operation and management by itself. To encourage children at these places to use toilets and not defecate in the open, the city also introduced Use and Get scheme, where a child either gets 1 rupee or 2 toffees for using the toilet. But it doesn't end here. Every development in the city takes place through what is called the town planning schemes, which are essentially planned and reconstituted parcels of land with areas reserved for infrastructure and habitation. Up to 10% land of every town planning scheme is allocated for housing the socially and economically weaker sections of the society.
Urban area, we found that lots of land is very costly, and at the same time private developers are not able to provide economical housing because of land prices. As an authority, we want to give them a good environment so the private developer can also make economically weaker section housing. So for supplying them or for making this mechanism more easy, in our development plan we suggested the affordable housing zone.
And with the recent 2031 master plan for Ahmedabad, the city has designed a massive 76 square kilometers of space for an estimated 15 lakh future affordable housing units. This is how the city has ensured that there will be space in the city for the low income as well as for the economically weaker sections of the society. Slums are often the most neglected areas in cities. What makes it challenging for cities is tenure. City corporations usually find it challenging to help such slum dwellers with infrastructure. But Ahmedabad has shown how this could be worked out. And there is no reason why other cities cannot follow suit.
स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा इरादा कर लिया हमने देश से अपने ये वादा कर लिया हमने स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा कर लिया हमने देश से अपने ये वादा कर लिया हमने
स्वच्छ भारत